I'm your host 270 and this is StoneBlock 4. Hello everybody and welcome to episode 1 of new series Feed the Beast presents StoneBlock 4. I am so excited for this series. There are numerous mods in here that I've either played very little or haven't played at all and I've been wanting to get into. One of those examples is right behind me, Oritech. I'm super excited for that one. I'm excited for the new mechanics that I've been seeing some of the popular streamers showcase in their streams lately. The new villager mod, and then in StoneBlock 3 there was the chickens mod, right? So you could get infinite resources that way instead of mystical agriculture or productive bees. So I'm really excited to play around with that too. This is going to be a really fun and exciting series. I'm super excited. I've been wanting to do a series in underground. One of my favorite builds styles is caves and cave systems and just underground dwelling in general. Must be a dwarf because I love building underground. It's one of my favorite build styles and I've been wanting to do something like that for a while. So here we go. We are going to tackle this mod pack and we're going to experience some new things together. It's going to be fun. I'm going to explain what we're doing. And we're just going to have a blast. So let's get into it. All right, so let's get started. First things first, of course, we want to consult the old trusty Questbook. Welcome on in. Of course, I'll be joining the Discord, but we're not going to do that right now. Some useful commands. Definitely we're going to be making use of home, back, and then spawn before you get the teleporter, which we'll get into in a bit. We're going to need this command to come back to the lobby because it's very important in this pack, as it says right there. And then if we start having some server issues, or I'm playing local for now. I might play on a server, I don't know. But anyways, this is a good way to check your ticks per second to see if anything's slowing down. So it's very useful. StoneBlock 4 is story-driven mod pack with plenty of options to play and progress based on your playstyle. One thing to note that the mods may be gated with the storyline, so we will be following the quest line very heavily, so that's good. Not only to learn, but just it kind of keeps you on track. You know, obviously there's times when you get off track and you want to go just build something, and that's totally fine. But to progress through the pack and to enjoy it as if it was a story, you know, just like you would read a book from one page to the next, chapter by chapter, unless it was a choose your own adventure, of course. I do digress. Those were amazing, and I love skipping around. We will not be doing that so much. We'll be following the quest lines. And then the final challenge is to complete the world engine. Do you think you have what it takes? I do. Okay, let's get started. Mysterious Path. The graphics they be using in this mod pack. Just gotta hand it to the Feed the Beast team. Welcome to the Archive of Guidance. Speak with the Echo to begin your journey. Note, if you're playing with friends, we won't get into that. So the Echo of Guidance is the little villager looking guy up here up front. Let's speak to him. Now, we don't know what these are yet, of course. Welcome to the World Engine Restoration Knowledge Base, or Work It Girl. Can I say that on national YouTubeism? I guess I just did. I am the Echo of Guidance, assigned to assist emergent intelligent life throughout their journey using knowledge compiled from others who have succeeded before them. The world engine is a powerful construct containing cumulative knowledge of all humankind. Basically, he's just telling us that we need to be using our quest book, and that the world engine was going to be, it's an archive of knowledge, and we're going to have to use it in order to progress, which is just a really cool idea. And I'm super excited from what I've seen so far. I'm super excited to get through just some of the different stages that come up using the world engine or the work. All right, we completed initialization. All right, on to task 1. We begin our journey in the petrified world and return to me. Oh, it's telling me to begin my journey and then return once we've acquired crude tools capable of unearthing minerals and basic resources. So as such, work will provide you with currency when objectives are completed. So our very first task, we need to craft a crude brush. And right now we are poor. $0. Once we have some money, we can return here. And some of these items, I believe we can only get through the shop. And then some of them, like obviously diamonds, we can get by other means, but it'll just help us to progress if we're low on something. So that's cool. And back in the quest book, it's guiding us to how we get this whole rigmarole going. We got to find the giant portal to make our place in the world. Let's go find this portal. This is just such a cool starting spot. Now, it's spawn, right? So you can't do anything here, but it's just, look at this cave. It's just so cool. Part of me wishes that you could start out in a giant cave like this and make it your own. Just because it's very intricate, and building this by hand would be a lot. But man, they did a good job. Another cool thing is throughout our journey, we're going to have to go adventure through different archives. So once we get to those, we'll learn other cool things, but we're not there yet. We just need to get started. And here is the main starting portal, right in the middle of this big giant cave. And here we're presented with the different options that we have to start. An eerie blackout zone, a dark and mysterious cave, a vibrant and colorful cherry tree, a ruined pre-industrial complex, a lush and warm mangrove cave, and a rugged and resilient tough cave. I'm going to keep it simple, maybe not quite as simple as the OG dark and mysterious cave. I think I'm going to go with the vibrant and colorful cherry tree. Just something kind of small, but yet a little color. And here we go. Now, I was going to say, now look, we still have creative flight for a very short period of time. And this is where it all begins. You get some more money and a treat. Very nice. Food will be handy, especially because there's like nothing around us. So like the other StoneBlock mod packs, this one has FTB events. It comes with random events that are disabled by default to enable them complete the quest. Sometimes the events can be kind of annoying, so you can, if you want, to disable them using this command, events toggle, and then toggle it on or off. I'm going to go ahead and toggle it on. If they start getting to be too much, then I'm going to turn them off. But for now, let's enjoy the events. Let's see what kind of random chaos we can get going here. All right, first thing first, no dirt, no trees, no tools, but you've still got your fists. Break some stone to get pebbles that you can work with. So no, it must be done with an empty hand. And it must be stone. Oh, and we did get a loot bee already. Here we go. These, please heed the warning. It's recommended you don't open these next to your base. There's a chance that they can wreak some major havoc. So we may go create a separate zone just for those here in a bit. Here we go. Found some stone. Ooh, first stone. Look at that. All right, once you have at least 4, you can craft a cobblestone. And then we're going to need 4 of those to get our first crafting table. So let's just keep punching stone. All right, and then 4 stone, we can get ourselves a crafting table. Oh, another loopy. Cool. What do we get? Gold, diamond. Oh, man. We're wealthy all of a sudden. Okay, here's our crafting table. Now we need to make a stone hammer so we can crush the cobblestone down into finer materials. If you start in a cave without a tree, don't fret. You can still make sticks by using cobblestone. You can get the stone rod, and then you can use that to make your stone hammer. This is what the quest book wanted us to make. See? Then we just take, well, we need some more gravel. We need some more cobblestone. Much quicker though. And once you have some more cobblestone, you can go like this. And then using Ultimine, you can crush it down, and then use, as long as you use the stone hammer, then you can crush it down into finer materials such as gravel. And once you have gravel, you crush that down into dirt. Dirt is always filled with some kind of seed or sapling. Try breaking dirt with a stone crook. So now that we have our dirt out, let's go ahead and ultimine the dirt. And whoops, it was on other dirt, so I kind of messed that up. But if you break dirt with a crook, then you get trees and saplings. And now that, if you're in a stone-only world, which most of them are, but I have a tree, I could have got at least some cherry blossoms. But now I have all these other saplings. And of course, the king of them all is the spruce sapling. And lucky for you all, the twerk mod is in this mod pack. Unlucky for me, the sapling won't grow right here. Hey, wandering trader, what's up, man? What you got? I probably don't have anything I can trade you. Oh, Silk Touch would be pretty nice. Definitely don't have that though. Or that, or that, or that, or that. I don't have anything. I don't have anything you want. Teleporter. Yes, please. I'm so glad you didn't spawn with llamas though. Llamas annoying. Okay. I got most of the tree cleared out. The tree was annoying because there's so many different blocks. Ultimine just wasn't that good on it. But I believe I have enough cleared out now. We can do a spruce tree. So we can really get this ball rolling. Now, how does this make sense? This is 0, 0. This right here. I want 0, 0 for the center. Well. If I'm gonna do some kind of cool build, I was hoping to center it on 0, 0, but this is not 0, 0. Oh well. Oh well. Here we go. Ready? Ready for this? Please be enough. I'm gonna have to move it. Even though that's centered, I'm gonna have to move it. We need to make a furnace so that we can make some torches. Obviously, the furnace is part of the quest, so we need to do that as well. And also, I love that this mod pack has tiny charcoal, so we're not wasting so much charcoal. Let's get that done. Charcoal and you. What I'm talking about. Let's make some torches. Oh, you can make tiny torches. Hold on. That's adorable. Wait, do they even provide light? Oh, they kind of do. Hammer time. This is optional, but we definitely want this. So the difference between this hammer and the other hammer is we can do a 3x3 mining on this, or using this hammer, and it's just 1 extra stone. So that's handy. We want to make that. Good to always have a backup, you know? So as you see by default, this mines in a 3x3. Makes mining so much quicker to get cobble. Now we're cooking. If we turn on F7, we'll get the light overlay. And so as soon as you see the red lines pop up, then you know it's time to do a torch. I think I was watching XB Craft's stream and he was mentioning that. Very handy tidbit of knowledge. Oh, and with this stone hammer, it's without doing anything, just mining regularly, it's 3x3. But if you crouch or hold shift, then it's just a traditional 1x1 like a pickaxe. So essentially, if you don't want to hold shift, or if you are okay holding shift, this can replace your pickaxe entirely, or you can still have both, you know. Ultimine, as you've seen, is in this pack, but not when you're using your bare hands. So like that tree, I couldn't ultimine it until I put an axe in my hand, and then I could. All right, we got some hoppers. That's good. Wood's important, especially in a world made of stone. You need to make use of everything you can get. With your first pieces of wood, make some wooden shears. We did that. Now, this is kind of a cool mechanic. What we need to do is make this wooden basin, and then we need to jump down, up and down on top of it after we place leaves on top, and then we can get ourselves some water. So somehow, out of all of this stone, we're just going to squeeze the water out of the leaves nearby. We need to throw some leaves on top, and then we need to jump. Actually, I think I want to, let's go down a level, and then we'll throw the leaves on top, and then we'll jump. And look at that, we're getting water. And we have a bucket and a half. If leaves are dried out, they can be used to make stronger fibers. Make a campfire, place the leaves on top to dry them out. Once dry, you should be able to turn them into straw by breaking them with a crook. When I was cleaning up the cherrywood tree, I sort of may have fallen down a few times, and now our health is a little low, or sorry, our hunger, and I don't have any more food. So I should stop sprinting everywhere I go, and maybe we'll get lucky with some chickens. That would be nice. Oh, come on, one more. What's the odds? Oh, so close. Well, at least this guy will keep giving us eggs. That's pretty sweet. All right, we need this. Make our campfire. On fire lit. On fire lit. Let's get those going. Get that going. Get some more trees planted. Real soon we'll have some bonsai, and then we'll just be automating this. We could probably even do it now. But I'm just gonna stock up on wood for a minute. Maybe we'll even get a bunch of apples while we're waiting too. Okay, there's our dried out leaves. Once we have those, we can just throw them down and then hit them with our crook. They're so crooked. And there we go. Now we have straw. Looks like it doubles our money. Ooh, a Starbuncle gift. What do we get? What do we get? Oh, we gotta open it to see. Oh, that's kind of boring. Most quests in the main chapters that are shaped like a gear are echo related. This means that you will most likely need to return to an echo to complete the task, or see if you have something new for you. Okay. So that means we need to head back to spawn. With the straw that you've made, you are finally able to make a basic version of the most important tool in your journey, the crude brush. With a gentle hand and a stroke of the brush, you'll be able to find the minerals hidden inside the broken stones. You should return to the Echo of Guidance to show them your progress. You can use /spawn to return to the lobby. All right, let's make this bad boy. Now, before we head back to the Echo, let's go ahead and finish these because there's some more stuff we can do with this brush before we go talk to the Echo. So instead of picking through dirt with a crook, like we did to get the saplings, the crude brush can help you find smaller objects like seeds to start a farm. Grass or delightful dirt can also be used to make a passive mob farm. Good to know. The Echo of Guidance also sells a gateway. Okay, so if we use a hammer, we can also break down dirt into sand and then into dust. These will provide different resources needed for progression. All right, with this stickiest of sticks, it does look a lot like a regular stick, so you have to pay attention to which one you're using. But this guy will let us construct multiple blocks at the same time. So we can, kind of like a construction wand, if you're familiar with those at all, we can use this to lay down a bunch at the same time. You can do it that way and then use our hammer. Don't run out of hammer time. So you can do it that way, or you can put it in your offhand and then jump and lay it below you as well. I think for my case, I'm just gonna, so that I don't keep jumping too high and hurting myself, I'm just gonna use it this way. We'll need to get a better stick so I can do more than 3 at a time, but I'm just gonna ultimine a bunch of this into sand and then lay out the sand, or sorry, the gravel. I meant gravel. Do the same thing. To be efficient, I should do 6 since it'll do 3 at a time. That would be smart. Okay, that gets us dirt. Now, I don't want to dig up all my dirt over here. Do it up here. Should torch this area though. There we go. Is that 3 by 3? Oh, we're out of stick. Okay, and then the next level is sand. I'm gonna do it back down here because I'm not worried about this getting demolished. 1, 2, 3. There's that. It looks the same. There are resource packs you can get to make the sticky stick stand out, which it's not a problem once you get into, once you have ones that aren't wood anymore. So get iron or copper or diamond, basically any of the other tier. Right now it's a problem because all I have is wood, but it's fine. All right, so we have dust finally. Now with the dust, we can lay it out, but instead of hitting it with the hammer, we're gonna use the brush. And we can ultimine with our brush as well. And notice we get lots of other things, and this is how we're gonna get some of these, some of the shinies here from the beginning, and bone meal, and lots of other little goodies. Oh, and then we also need to get clay, which we get from doing sand. So let's get some of that real quick. Ultimine brush, ultibrush. Let's ultibrush some sand and get us some clay. Ooh, oh, and we also get other things like copper and some of the other shinies. So depending on whether you use the brush on copper or sand, you'll get different shinies, essentially. But now we have copper, or sorry, now we have the clay. We can make these. We need to cook them up, of course. Just a tip, These chunks you can combine straight in your inventory. If you just hover over it and you hit K, it'll combine. As long as you have enough to combine, it will combine them into these gold clusters. And then the gold clusters from there you can smelt up and get your regular ingot. So this is basically an ore at this point, a traditional ore. Bonsai Pot. All right, one of our rewards, we got 2 hoppers. So I'm going to use these. I'm just going to quickly set up a single chest like this, and I'm just going to put a bonsai on either side of it. So let's go ahead and toss him on top of there. And we just need a piece of dirt and a tree or a sapling. Oh, and then we need an axe to keep it trim. You know, you got to keep your bonsais trimmed down. On a personal note, I have started growing a bonsai tree out of an avocado plant. Once it gets to be something substantial, hopefully during this series I'll post a picture, but so far it's just a tiny little stem with a few leaves. It's kind of cool looking. All right, let's make, we should have enough. Yeah. Make another bonsai. We'll stick him over here, and we need dirt. Oh, and also I forgot, you can decorate these. Make them look a little bit nicer, so that's fun. That one's cobble. I guess doing it stone, it changes. Oh, geez, Louise. Hey there, Quantum Goat. You scared the crap out of me. Oh, I think I just had a heart attack. A dimensional shard gem. Well, we definitely want to keep that. That sounds useful. Now that my heart stopped beating. Well, let's brush some dirt and we'll get some grass seed. That's about it for the optional quests. And then we'll go visit Mr. Echo. There we go. What do we get? What do we get? Brushing in the dirt. Chicken or the egg? Which came first? But we got our grass seed. That should finish off this chapter. Look at that. Look at us go. All right, and that is every quest ticked off. We are done with getting started. Oh, sweet, we got another hopper. Acacia or birch? Jungle, yeah, let's do jungle. Ooh, I kind of like the dirt. What else do we have? Yeah, I like that. I think I like the moss. Yep, that's the ticket. That's the winner right there. And also, I want to move this one. Oh, you can wear it on your head. Nice. I think we might have to just keep one of these on our head at all times. The jungle one looks the best too, by the way. Okay, the durability lasts for quite a while on these, thankfully. Let's go ahead and warp to spawn. That's so fun. So it brings up this little teleport and then or portal, and then it tells you how long it stays open for. So you just gotta travel through it. And now we gotta talk to this guy. Crude brush, while primitive, will allow you to begin gathering essential materials. And there we have it. Unknowing task 1 is complete. As you're now aware, my primary directive is to restore the world engine. However, it cannot be accessed directly as its core is sealed deep within the center of the world beyond an impenetrable barrier to protect its internal system. Whew, that's a mouthful. Protect its internal systems from those who do not follow the proper work protocol. Access will require teleportation using Chronon energy. Chronon is a powerful energy source capable of opening time-space gateways. A Chronon Generator will passively store Chronon within a Chronon cell. We have located a healing spring north of your base which will provide you with necessary resources to craft this generator. Past data has shown that mortal entities require the consumption of nutrient-rich substances in order to function. To accommodate for this need and to avoid past results, that's fishy. You may now acquire food from within our shop. That's probably good, because I'm starving to death, literally. You may access your base of operations by walking through the portal again. Task: craft and submit a Chronon Generator to your questbook. All right. So now that we've talked to the Echo, our getting started quest line has expanded a bit. So to continue this quest line, we need to show Echo that what we've learned by making an iron hammer from the materials we can brush from gravel. We brushed dust, and we brushed sand, and we brushed dirt. Now we need to go back home and brush some gravel. Once we do that, we'll get some iron, and then we can really start gathering cobblestone, because as you know, iron is much more durable than stone. One thing I hadn't mentioned yet is the progression system. So down at the bottom, you notice that we have an unearther level. As we use this brush more and more, we'll gain levels, and we'll get more and more resources as we unearth stuff. So we start out a novice and then we'll progress through the pack doing it. So it behooves us to continue to use this skill to get better and better at unearthing resources. If we use the brush on the gravel using Ultimine, we should get, among other things, iron. In our inventory, if we hover over it and we hit K, now it turns into iron clusters. And this is another good way of getting coal. It's actually a really good way, so we don't have to cook up logs. We can just unearth gravel. All right, let's get us an iron hammer for mining, but also an iron hammer for unearthing goods. That one's the one that gives us the reward. Should have increased our unearther level. Let's build another brush. All right, now we're an apprentice. Increasing your unearther level will also increase types of drops you get from brushing blocks. Oh, it's not just the efficiency, but it's also the types. Good to know. The echo mentioned in the healing spring somewhere north of your base, so you can provide you with resources for making a Chronon cell. It's time to dig. With your new unearthing skill, you should easily be able to find better materials with the different blocks that you can brush. Try brushing dust to see what you can unearth. All right, so let's get some dust real quick. I'm gonna do that before we go find the spring. We're already in need of some better storage. I can tell you that much. So let's go ahead and ultimine some dust and see what we get out of it. Now that we have a higher level. Ooh, look at all those goodies. It looks like we got some redstone, some gold, and tin even. Let's go ahead and we'll pull up the mini map. There is something to the north of us, so we just need to mine our way out there. Before we get going, I'm gonna make this pocket storage, because then it'll make storing all the cobblestone that we mine way easier. And I believe we have everything we need to make it. It's mostly just redstone and iron, which I now have. All right. There's level 1. It's level 2. We just need gold for level 2. Should we go straight to gold? Ooh, I have enough gold. Oh, no, I don't. Well, I could. Okay. These things are great. So basically, you have 16 different slots to store items in. So it's kind of like a backpack in a way. And then whatever you put in here, so like I put cobblestone in this slot, as I'm out in the world, if I pick something up into my inventory and there's a spot for it in this storage unit, it'll automatically go in here. And if it's full, there's no more room, it'll just void the excess. So it's a great way, especially when you're mining a lot and you have a ton of cobblestone, to not fill up your inventory with cobblestone or leave it out laying around in the world causing lag. Now, if you're worried because you think you might need to keep a lot of cobblestone, then you can just fill a bunch of these slots with it. It's like the first floor, I could say, are all cobblestone. And so now these first 4 will all store cobblestone. And each of those slots will hold 4,096. So yeah, I'm actually glad I went to tier 2 because the first one's only 8 slots with 255 each. So this more than triples, basically, or quadruple. It's a lot more. Storage tier 2 is a lot more, and it goes all the way up to essentially infinity. I mean, that's a lot. We'll be fine with tier 2 for a long time. So now when I go mining, my whole storage, or my whole inventory won't just be full of cobblestone. So that was worth the extra little effort I spent to make that. Now let's continue our journey to the spring. Notice these aren't going into my storage or my inventory at all. They're going straight into the pocket storage. Oh, and another nice thing about these hammers is once they're out of durability, you can repair them with iron or just whatever material they're made out of. You don't need an anvil or a crafting grid or anything. You just, whatever they're made out of, you throw them in your inventory and one of those, and remake them. Repair them, I should say. Very handy tools. All right, here is the spring. Now it's very dark. We don't have to worry about mobs, but I still just don't want it to be so dark. I'm gonna go around and light it up real quick. These mini torches are pretty cool. I've never used them before. We are here to collect amethyst. Right here. All right, let's grab some amethyst shards. We might as well make do, or not make do, we might as well grab anything else we can get our hands on, like bamboo. Definitely want all this stuff. Yes, please. Right? Free stuff, always good. Not like anybody else will be using it. Okay, so the reason we're here, grab some shards. Okay, it looks like we only need one to craft this. And I didn't bring the materials with me, but we can run back and do that. Uh-oh, what's approaching? Don't tell me it's another goat. It is. One of you. What'd you give me this time? Oh, everlasting beef. Okay, I'll take that. That's handy. Now I never need food again. Here we go. We have the Chronon cell. And then with that, we can make the Chronon Generator. Just need to make a little glass. Okay, with the materials you've gathered, you should be able to craft the Chronon Generator like the Echo wanted. It's time to submit the Chronon Generator and return to the Echo of guidance. Doing this will award all players of your team a cell and a generator. Let's go ahead and return to spawn. You stay there, chicken. We'll be back. Hello, Echo. Oh, now we've unlocked the world engine. I think that's pretty good. You have progressed well. However, solitary effort has proven inefficient in past attempts. To improve your odds, you will require assistance. In the shadows, you may find the remains of previous nitwits. Helpers. This damaged ender lead should assist you when converting them within a healing spring into a useful companion. You'll be required to convert this helper into a token, which will be brought to the system to recognize your progress. This can be done by making the Echo encoder within the world engine. Convert a zombie villager in a healing spring and turn them into a worker token using the Echo encoder. Sounds great. I think that's going to do it for this episode, though. We have progressed through this whole chapter. Well, almost. We're almost through the chapter. Next episode, we'll get to the work. We're going to get to the world generator. And we're going to venture into this cool new mod that allows us to essentially use villagers to start automating some of the stuff that we don't want to do anymore. Let's just call it taskful labor. Yeah. So just like we had started, we end it here. I do appreciate you joining us for this episode. I hope to see you again on the next one, where we dive into more of the mods that are going to make this StoneBlock 4 mod pack great and one not to forget. Thanks for joining me. Love you, bye.